Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Annie and I'm here for my flosstube number 40. Again, in a different space. I'm presently redoing the apartment a bit. So for myself, I'm creating a crafty space, and I plan to film a tour of my crafty space soon. I try during the next month to just film a quick tour and put it in the end of one of my other videos. Not today, I have not yet filmed it. It's not yet completely done as I would like it to be. So yeah, therefore you have to wait for a bit until you see that. For today, this is my update video. I finished Stitchmaynia. So the last 2 weeks of Stitchmaynia I have not yet shown you. That's what I'm going to do first, and then I have a really short segment of plans, no haul. I'm waiting for something because June is my birthday month and I decided to pick a project, completely kit it up, and then start on my birthday, but it has not yet arrived. I ordered from 123 Stitch, which normally takes about a month. Thanks to Corona, it's taking a bit more. I'm now waiting a bit more than a month already. It has finally arrived in Germany, so I think it should be there till my birthday in a bit more than 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm still hoping for it to arrive on time. Yeah, I think that's one other thing I wanted to mention before I start showing you my whips. I just realized 4 days ago I had my 1-year flosstube anniversary. So on the 28th of May last year, I filmed and uploaded my first video. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see that. It's already been a year since I'm showing you my projects, and it's really fun, and I enjoy showing everyone what I'm doing, because in my real life I don't have as many friends stitching. I finally have at least one. So that's really cool. But when I started a year ago, I had no one stitching in my real life. So yeah, it's super cool to finally have someone, and also to have all of you whom I can show my projects to. Yeah, while talking, I realized something else I wanted to tell you. I hope it works in this new space with this window right behind me. I can't darken it, then it's getting too dark in here and I don't have enough light to show you my projects. So we'll try if you see everything kind of good. Today is a super bright day, so that's kind of another reason why it's a bit brighter in here than it would maybe be in winter, something like that. We just try with this room, with this light, and after this video we'll see if I'm going to continue in here or if I'm moving back to the other room. Okay, let's get started with my whips. First one is the one I'm stitching once a week. That's Temperature Garden by Stitchmaynia. Every flower petal resembles one day, and you stitch the color that resembles the highest temperature that occurred that day. So I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. So I close to finished May. I stitched last on Friday. So therefore there are still 3 days missing in May. And for the rest I'm up to date. This one is stitched on a 28 count 1/1 full cross. Just a simple even weave in white. The needleminder is from Lakeside Needlecraft, and I bring it a bit closer so you can see May a bit better. With some brighter colors finally. Now I'm waiting to get even more brighter colors and maybe some reds. But for now, I'm happy with the yellows. Okay, that's Temperature Garden. As I said, once a week I'm going to stitch on it during June as well. Just to stay up to date and finish maybe during the first week of 2021. Okay, next let's go with Monogomania. I stitched on Mini Winter Rose by Heaven and Earth Designs, artworks by Rachel Anderson. This is my focus piece for the year, and I want to finish her the end of the year. And now I'll show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. During May, this was the only project I stitched on, so I got a lot of progress for my Monogomania piece. This is what she looks like right now. She stitched on a 28 count 2/110 stitch, and I reached the third corner. With her, as I said, I want to finish her. During May, I reached 75% done, so only a quarter left, which is super cool. I did a bit more than 18,000 stitches on her. I have another Stitchmaynia piece I told you about last week, and I'm stitching on this one today as well. So I decided to also stitch on her for another day, to just continue Monogomania for another day, the 1st of June, so today. I plan on doing my 630 stitches, my daily stitch count, on her today, which would bring me up to 19,000 stitches done during May, which is great. I only have less than 19,000 stitches left on her. So another Monogomania or another Monogomania's month would bring me a finish on her. I don't want to do that. I have a lot of full coverage pieces. I love all of them, and I want to get progress on all of them. So I'm not going to continue monogamously on her. But she's my focus piece, so I try to get her done in the next few months or something like that. She's gorgeous. With those Monogomanias me, I finished 3 pages. I finished the page up here, number 3. I finished the page in here, page number 5, with her face and her upper body. And 2 days ago, I finished page number 7. Yeah, page number 7, which is this one over here. So the end of her wings, those roses, the balcony she's sitting on, and down here is a partial page. So yeah, 3 page finishes on one project, super cool. I'm coming closer to finishing off, I think, this page down here, this partial one, and one in here, something like that. Because of my diagonals, I'm working on numerous pages at one time, so yeah. That's her 75% done. Really cool. Yeah, I think I stitched every day in May, except for 2 or 3 I did not stitch on her, so I could have reached a bit more, but those days were just no stitching days, so that did not work out. But she's gorgeous. She really is. Okay, there was something else I wanted to tell you. Oh yeah. There is a Facebook group called the Full Coverage Fanatics. In this Facebook group, there are, for this year, a few challenges that I'm participating in. The first one is the National Parks Challenge. So you have 5 tiers. Each tier has 5 parks, and for each park, you're doing 4,000 stitches. On projects where you're doing 10 stitches, so half stitches practically, you need to double up those stitches, so you need 8,000 stitches. When you're doing all those parks, at the end of the year, you will have 100,000 full crosses at the end of the year. I'm mixing my 10 stitch projects and my full cross projects, so I need 180,000 stitches till the end of the year. I'm presently a bit more than 17,000 behind my daily stitch goal, and with Mini Winter Rose, I plan on doing 7 complete parks, plus I think close to 2,000 more stitches on part number 8, because then I will have a finish. So far, I completed 4 parks and I am close to finishing the 8th, which means I'm close to 40,000 stitches on her this year. That's amazing. That really is amazing. As soon as I'm done with 40,000 stitches, I will have completed another challenge of the full coverage phonetics, the 20 and 20 challenge. So 20,000 stitches in 2020. As I said, I need 40,000 stitches because it's 10 stitch, so I need to double up that as well. I think I have today left with my daily stitch goal of 630 stitches, and then I will have finished my next park with her, so park number 5, and I will have reached the end of the 20 and 20 challenge. So that's amazing, and I'm looking forward to this. If I don't get the stitch goal for today done because filming and stuff, that's fine by me. Then I'm going to continue with her tomorrow just to finish up the challenge. Yeah, I'm presently over here in the diagonal, so I'm going to continue over here and coming closer to her hand that's resting on her thigh. So yeah, and I'm so happy I reached that corner. That's really a great goal, and with every diagonal I'm doing now, it's getting shorter. Every diagonal is getting shorter than the last one, so that's super cool. Okay, I bring her closer one last time. And now I talked enough about her. Okay, let's move to my Stitchmaynia piece. I'm using, or I used, the Tiny Stockings Ornaments. It's a kit by Bosilla. There are 30 different stockings, really small ones. And I decided to start one every second day, stitch on it for half an hour. The next day, stitch on the same one for half an hour, and the third day, choosing the next one. I chose them with the Tiny Decisions app, so in random. And yeah, I showed you a few already. Now I did not stitch, I did not film for 2 weeks, so I have quite a few over here to show you. Oh, and I realized I forgot one, so I'm going to pause this video and be right back. Okay, I'm back. I found it. Whenever I had this hour done, I put them all together in one bag with all the threads and stuff and took it to work with me as travel stitching. So the first 2 I'm going to show you, you have already seen, and I worked on them for travel stitching. The first one is this one down here, and I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And I finished that one. So there was a bit missing down here, and there were those French knots missing. I don't know if you can see them. Over here there are French knots. I don't bring it any closer because French knots are not my thing and I can't do them properly, but yeah, they're in there somehow. So I'm just going to leave it. It's fine by me. And yeah, this one is done. The next one I worked on for travel stitching was this one up here. And I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. So the needles are still in there. It's not done yet. I'm close to being done with all the cross stitches. There's a bit missing around his bed. And then all the back stitching and some French knots. So yeah, that's that one. It's not coming with me for travel stitching this week. I'm going to show you what I'm using for that in a second. But just as you know, there will be no more progress during next week on any of those. So that's that one. The next one I started, or the first one I started 2 weeks ago after I filmed my last video, was this one in here with those 2 flowers. And this is where I got to. Not a lot, but yeah, that's fine. Then I started this one, Happy Holiday. Happy Holidays. And I finished this first band on top of the stocking, and yeah, then my time ran out, so that's it. The next one I started is kind of a blackwork piece, or reminds me of blackwork piece. It's this one in here with those roses, super pretty, super girly kind of. This is very gutting. So I started up in here, took a length of the backstitch one, so the one stranded backstitch, and just took it wherever it would take me. So I started with the first half of the heart, and then I started filling in the heart with those roses. Yeah, the roses still need to be backstitched, so that's why I look at it. Yeah, wonky. That's the word I was looking for. The next one is the birdhouse in here, and I got a good chunk done because this birdhouse was mostly one color, and so it was kind of fast. That's where I got. Next we'll be filling in the middle of the birdhouse. Then I started, there it is. This one, the center with the animals. And I just started with center, finished his beard, finished his coat, and this little birdie up in here. As well, no backstitching done yet on anything in here. That will come as soon as I'm done with stitching, because with this one the backstitch is kind of all over the place and I have to finish a lot of colors to even start backstitching, so I'm just going to stitch everything and then backstitch. Next one I started are those two birds. Those are super pretty, and I was so hoping for them to come up, and I actually did as a second to last. So super happy that I got those. And yeah, that's where I'm at. I started on top till my string ran out, and then I started on the birdies. Yeah, super pretty so far. And the last one I started yesterday and already stitched on today, so I'm done with my Stitchmaynia, was the cat, this one here. And this is where I'm at. For this one goes the same, backstitch as soon as I'm completely done with stitching, because again, you need one color for backstitching, but all over the place. So yeah, that's my kitty. And that's my Stitchmaynia. For this whip, I count all of those as one whip. And for this whip, my goal was to finish 16 till the end of the year. So now I have started all 16 of them. I have already finished 2. And yeah, they are ready for me to take them as travel stitching. Because they're all started. So that's kind of the hardest part, or the part where you have to concentrate most. So I don't want to do that as travel stitching, but now they are all started, and I can just take them as travel stitching because they're super small. They fit perfectly in my bag, and so yeah, those will be coming with me for travel stitching till the end of the year, and hopefully I will be done with 16 of them till the end of the year. In between those, I use something else for travel stitching, and I'm talking about the Grimm's Fairy Tale cell. I'm searching for the cover picture. Today, the next clue was released, so clue number 6, which means I now will take this one until the June part is done. And for the rest of June, I'm going to take the stockings with me again until July will be released. So this is what the whole part, or the whole Grimm's Fairy Tale cell looks so far. Part number 6 is down here. This the one, the pomatine and everything below. So it's kind of a big part. And I probably need some more time than I did for some of the others. But yeah, so far. And I show you a picture of, no, I show you the piece and what it's looking like right now. This is where I'm at. As I said, I finished part number 5, and now I'm moving down here for part number 6. So yeah, this one is stitched on a 16 count Ada, hand dyed by Picture This Plus in the colorway Jade. So it's the called for fabric with all the called for threads, mostly DMC, but 3 weeks dye works in there, and yeah, stitching everything as called for. So far, really happy. The needleminder is from Just Too Heavenly, and yeah, that's that one. Let's move to further plans. As I said, today I'm going to continue with Mini Winter Rose, just because my Stitchmaynia took a day longer, and I'm also going to go a day longer with Monogomania. And I want to finish that part. Then, I normally like to stitch on every project on its birthday. In May, 3 projects had its birthday. One of them I'm not going to stitch on until I'm finished with Mini Winter Rose, just because Mini Winter Rose will need about 2,000 stitches into the next part, and then it will be done, into the next park, and then it will be done. And for this one project, my goal for the year is just to fill up this park. So I cannot yet start on the project, or stitch on the project. I first have to finish Mini Winter Rose. So this one is not going to get stitched on, but the 2 others that had their birthday in May will get stitched on. One of them is the first full coverage piece I ever started, and that's Colorado Mountains by Golden Kite. I started it as my first full coverage piece, 25 count 2/1 full cross, and I did not like it. It's way too bulky for me, so I restarted it after I started 2 other full coverage pieces, and then I restarted 2/1 10 stitch on the same fabric, 25 count. I used the same piece of fabric. I only had about 80 stitches done, frogged it all and restarted. And I'm showing you what this one looks like right now. There it is. I want to stitch on it for 2 days, just because I can, and it did not get stitched on its birthday, so it deserves an extra day. And those 2 days should get me 2 columns done, and should get me a page finish, which is nice. So yeah, as I said, 25 count 2/1 10 stitch. Needleminder is by Denkai Designs, and this is where I'm at. Yeah, so far I really love it, especially from behind here. Coverage looks perfect, and it looks super photorealistic, and I really like that. So yeah, that's that one. The next one that had its birthday during May is another Golden Kite piece, and that's Norwegian Ship and the Sail, the small edition, which is big enough. I wrote it in here. It's 400 on 278 stitches. It's a bit bigger than a mini from Heaven and Earth Designs, but it's not as big as a full or as a regular one, so it's a bit smaller. This is the cover picture, what it's going to look like when it's done, and I'm going to show you where I'm at. For this one, it goes the same. I'm hoping for 2 more columns, 2 days, and that should be a page finish as well, I think. This is where I'm at. Presently, only background, really boring background. As soon as I'm finished with this page over here, I'm moving then here, which will be, again, only background. And then when I move on the page over here, I should get some of the ship in it. So yeah, really looking forward to that. This one is stitched on an 18 count, 2/1 full cross, needleminder, again by Design Designs. Yeah, super happy. And I'm really looking forward to stitching on something else than Mini Winter Rose, especially those two. I really like those two, I don't know why. They are paper charts, so normally it's not as much fun than with my PDF patterns, because my PDF patterns I have in Pattern Keeper, so it's super easy to stitch with them. Those are paper charts, but nevertheless, they are really good charts, and it's kind of easy to stitch with them. So yeah, happy about that, and looking forward to that. The rest of the time, as I said, 2 days on each of the Golden Kite projects. Today, again, Mini Winter Rose, and maybe another day Mini Winter Rose, just because I want to have her done. But I think I might switch through all of my full coverage pieces over the next 2 or 3 weeks, just to have them, to have some more progress in all of them, because I did not stitch on any of them for a really long time, so I want to give everyone a bit of attention. So that's kind of a plan. Yeah, and I think that's everything. So next week, I'm hoping to show you a bit more projects, and not always the same ones. I hope to have really good progress. Yeah, and I hope you really enjoyed my Stitchmaynia, my combination of Stitchmaynia and Monogramania. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed watching the videos. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful time, and see you next week. Bye!